especially with this small boundary behind Liam McCarthy. The city end is 60 metres. So, and we saw it on Friday. Rashid Krishna went full with the slower ball to Garrett Delaney, got pumped over his head 3 times. And over that went for 26.
Ball is 2. I don't think they'll get to. Very good. Ireland have generally fielded really well in the 2 games. At the T20 World Cup in Sri Lanka, a lot of catches went down, but this has been totally different. Just 4 singles here. In the context of a T20 chase, these 2 balls could be absolutely critical. Rate's nearly 11 and over now. Tell you what, that was not the ball I was expecting Liam McCarthy to bowl, because it was full and it just slid off.
An 85 mile an hour, so it wasn't a slower ball. A little bluff. Dubé expecting it into the wicket, and McCarthy bluffed him and took a chance. Went wide and slightly fuller, and Dubé's feet were caught in the toilet.
There'll be apprehension then. Definite nerves in and around the ground. Who can hold the nerve the longest? Who will blink first? Tector at long off goes back. All the way. And just a single. That is a brilliant, brilliant over. Mark that in your cards. The 16th over only goes for 5. 109 for 5.
Well, we're certainly set for a very fiery final 24 deliveries in the Spinny Cup series. India 109 for 5, chasing 155 for victory. And as it stands, India need 46 from 24. That's 11 and a half and over. Tilak Varma and Shivam Dube at the crease for this India team. The taller of the 2, Shivam Dube. Alongside Ditas Gupta, former Indian wicketkeeper batter who's scored test centuries but is watching very nervously alongside.
Something's got to give you. It's a big over.
Darted it, lifted high. It is a fielder waiting. Matt Humphreys secures the wicket of Shivam Dube. Beautifully taken by George Dockrell, and that might be the moment. There are big batters to come, and Tilak Varma remains the anchor, but that is a massive wicket from an Irish perspective.
Something had to give. Something had to. India required 12 and over. This is good bowling, again, good use and good knowledge of the dimensions. Banged in shot, long square boundaries, and didn't time it at all. Definitely not as much as they would like to. Dube gone for 20 of 16. India 109 for 6.
Well, a pressure moment now for the second of 2 debutants for India in this second match of the Spinny Cup. Suryan Shedge, a chance to impress on debut. He's renowned for his finishing ability, but it's a pressure situation here, and he's here because of this. George Dockrell, who drops very, very few. No outfielder has more catches than George Dockrell in an Ireland jersey. That is the moment in which the Irish fans celebrated a few disconsolate fans of India immediately behind them. Shedger to face Matt Humphreys, second ball of his final over.
I guess we were talking about it off air. Just wondered if Shedger could have come in ahead of Shivam Dubey.
Harry.
If you look at that Indian middle order, it's a little one-dimensional with too many left-handers, and I thought Shedger also playing his first game. You give him a little more elbow room, a little more comfortable situation, but now India's under a lot of pressure. 46 of 22.
Hit hard for his first runs. Straight to Tim Tector. So he run off the over so far through 3 deliveries. It's just compounding the required rate for India, which is up at nearly 13 now. It's still reachable when you consider the power of Tilak Varma and Suryan Shedger at the crease. But there is a great deal more pressure now on this Indian batting lineup.
Very good, lad, very good.
Get a 2 here. Yeah, it is very doable if you look at it in the context of a T20. It is very doable, 44 of 20. But again, looking at the conditions here, it hasn't been that easy for the batters. To score now from here on at 13 per over, it's not going to be easy. Looking at that ball going down. Again, losing those early wickets, India. Got that game plan wrong again. Just needed a little bit of old school batting. First 6 overs, you try and make as much as possible. You should be happy with 40-44. Just making sure you don't lose enough wickets. Wickets in hand, you chase this down. India lost too many wickets early on.
Thank you.
First time they've lost both openers for a golden duck. Samson and Abhishek Sharma both falling to Chamundra. It's Matt Holland's parents. And Humphreys burning to Shedger. He can score anywhere. So then Shedger scores down the ground over mid wicket. Through deep cover, deep point. He can shape shots behind square as well. Oh, beautiful take. Regardless, at the end of a superb over, only 2 runs off it, and it has been reviewed by Ireland. Or is it umpire's review? Decision pending. Yeah, I think 11 seconds they have an
review for stopping and check the feet. It's a fair delivery. Can we have your best side angle, please? Nice and slow. Caught in the hand. This brings the depth of the foot is grounded. I've made my decision for the big screen.
not out. But still, 2 off the over was the most important part, not necessarily the wicket.
A lovely spell. 1 for 28 in 4. If you keep in mind 6 stitches in his bowling hand.
It's Holland back into the attack. Looking for a big one, and the first 6 of the India innings. A spinny super 6 from Tilak Varma, who goes to 50 spectacularly. His 7th 50 in T20 internationals.
Was right in his hitting arc. Straight in the slot, even though the toe end of the bat had enough on it. That is his area. We'll look to hit on the leg side. And this is where Ireland has to be smart. Maybe wide Yorkers would be the right call forced him to play on the offside, and looking at the field, it seems that's the plan. He's still going over the wicket, but he's going to try and bowl that wide line.
Wider, straight up, the chance for a second wicket for Holland, and to dismiss the very dangerous Tilak Verma, taken by Liam McCarthy. The 7th Indian wicket falls. Ireland will feel they're within reach now of a series victory over the two-time and reigning world champions, 2024 and 2026 world champions, champions as well in 2007.
This is very good cricket from Ireland. Just talking about bowling that wide line to Tilak Verma. He does that, made that necessary changes in the field, and got rewarded for it. That's where you want to bowl to Tilak. Good innings of 55 or 46. He's got to go back 117 for 7 India.
खत्म होने वाला है मैच आउट हो गया 3 ओवर बचे ना
Batter can hit the ball a very long way indeed. Harshid Rana in, only 3 wickets remain. Holland pulled square, 2 fielders converging. George Dockrell just whips it to Tim Detector. It's just 2 and Rana out because of the big wicket of Tilak Verma.
Yeah, we're just talking about it. Try and bowl that wide line. Slightly stiff, bat moving in his hand as well. That's really good thinking. Good planning.
It's going to be a wide ball. Lorcan Tucker was looking at that from behind the stumps. Holland turns, walks back to his mark.
Yeah, top effort. Because everyone here will realise how close they are to making history for Ireland. Super from Dockrell. Perfect. Been so good in terms of planning, execution, field, bowling.
Rashid Rana pumps it down the ground, and he's caught, is he? No, shelled. Ben Khaled, he got there, he got his hands underneath the ball. But disappointingly, it does not stick.
But just mentioning about how good the Irish have been on the field, and this should have been taken, misjudging it completely. Thought it would carry all the way. Waited for it to come to him, then realized it's not going to, then in the end had to put in the dive. And even then I thought he got his fingers under the ball.
I think it's after his elbows and struck the ground and it just bobbled out. Rashid Rana high is the fielder gathering underneath it again. Shedge, Suryan Shedge is out. Tim Tector takes the catch. For 105 and India 121 for 8 with 13 balls remaining.
Again, just using the dimension, that is the longest part of the ground, the deep mid-wicket area. Had a fielder place there. Yeah, not long enough as far as India is concerned, and Shedge is concerned. On debut, he's got to go for 105, 1-2-1 for 8 India, in trouble.
बंद हो गया
Ireland are 2 wickets away from creating the most incredible kind of history in T20 internationals. Arshdeep Singh finds himself marching to the wicket for only the 30th time in nearly 100 matches.
There's some seriously good cricket from Ireland. Just defending 154. They've been so good.
And a dot ball to end. 12 balls remain, and with that, I think it's only fitting that we hand over to somebody who's blazed the trail for Ireland cricket for this potential historic final couple of overs. Isabel Joyce.
Oh, well, Tilak Verma was in the middle. Things looked pretty good for India, but Hollard, beautiful strike there in the middle order, and the wickets have continued to fall. And once again, India find themselves in trouble. 2 overs to go, and fired right now, 17. Well, he's the man of the hour, Jai Mundra. Started the game with a wicket. He'll be hoping to finish with the wickets.
What a wonderful series this has been. His debut series. He's already picked up 5 wickets.
Once again, just getting the body behind. I think that's been a key for Ireland today. If you can't collect the ball cleanly with the hands, willing to put the body on the line. Oh, it's been impressive for me, Deep, is just how quickly both Mundra and Hollard, the debutants for Ireland, have been on the money each time the ball's been handed to them.
Yeah, they've been so well. Yes, as debutants playing their first series, yes, but overall, because you looked at that Irish side and said, oh, that looks like a depleted bowling unit. But they haven't played like that. Definitely not.
Room given, heaved, but no real power. With every delivery, Irish fans start to believe.
It's been such a wonderful few days for Irish cricket, isn't it? Friday beat India for the first time. Then in the World Cup, Irish women, they beat West Indies yesterday in the World Cup. And now here, on the verge of making history. At toe end of the bat.
Well, power, serious power there from Harshad Rana. He's not giving up. That has gone like a bullet to the boundary.
He can hit it hard. Harshad Rana, he does. But India would need a few more of that. 28 required of 9. Bludgeoned
From Mundra. See that too often, but for Ireland, they'll be believing right now. What's the field? Cover, long off, long on, mid-wicket, square. Heaved leg side. Well, a 4 followed by a 6. As soon as it left the bat, you knew it was going all the way.
It's a bit of a comeback. 4 and then a 6, 22 of 8. And now India would be thinking, and Harshit, if they can go on and hit a few more. It's a really good hit, 89 meters long. I told you he can hit a long ball, but can he finish the game for India? On an unbeaten 16 series streak here. All that matters at this point in time, they're 1-0 down in this series. They have to win this, India. 22 of 8.
22 runs चाहिए.
Into the pitch, just took up for room. They'll take the single. Damage done in the over. How much can they hit in the final?
See, how I look at it is 21 of 7. This is a free hit for Arshdeep. Because what you want is Harshit on strike, for the next over. So it doesn't really matter. What India doesn't need is a single and Arshdeep on strike. So for Arshdeep, this last ball of the over is a free hit. Ideally, a 4 or a 6, as long as India don't take a single. Harshit, next over, all 6 deliveries, irrespective.
And Ireland have gambled because they've only used 5 bowlers. Harry Tector, the only bowler that's bowled today with an over left. Goes wide outside off, space given, and they've taken the single. Not the outcome you were looking for, Deep. Well, 1 over to go, 20 required for victory. It's going to come down to the wire here in Stormont.
नहीं 547 लोग हैं चल तो रही नहीं चल रही है
Both teams gambling because Harry Tector, he hasn't bowled an over from the city end, bowled all of his overs from the spinny end, but for a bit of game management not coming off.
Yeah, I'm surprised. Now, because Arshdeep, I mean, if you have to get 20 of the last 6, who do you back? You back Harshit more than Arshdeep. But that single, that means Arshdeep is on strike against the off spinner.
Here we go. Well, playing with the wide line with oh dear, look out. Arshdeep. It's a wide. It's definitely a wide. Good call from Johnny Kennedy, but you can see the plan from Tector. He saw how Arshdeep moved leg side the last over.
518 लोग हैं 634
He's done his job. 2 off the first ball.
Importantly, as Harshit on strike, India now need 18 or 5. So if you want to simplify it, maybe 4 boundaries of the 5 balls left or 3 sixes of the 5 left. And now this is interesting because spinner bowling and off spinner with very, very short straight boundary. Chances are he's going to go short and maybe a little wide, making sure Harshit has to hit square off the wicket. Well, this is he's asked actually Arshdeep to move away. Here we go. 18 or 5.
Around the wicket, Tector. And it's a no ball. How costly is this going to be? Well, George Cockrell has it in the deep, but they're going to run a second. Great running. Brilliant running from Arshdeep. This is going to be a free hit. Well, Ireland's so close. They've got it within their grasp. Is it slipping away?
You know, this is that dreaded P word, isn't it? The pressure building on everyone. That's it's a very high no ball. So India actually get 3 out of that. Now need 15 or 5 with a free hit.
The 2 was key. The 2 was absolutely key because not only is it a no ball, extra run running the second, but Harshit ran it on strike. He's the one you want. The plan was to go full and wide outside off. Can he back that up and actually execute on this occasion?
Yeah, you don't want him to go straight down the ground. You want him to go square.
अरे यार इतनी टिन्नी फोन लगा बस सिन्नी
11 or 4. Was again winding up to go down the ground. It's a good delivery. Full, wide, inside edge. Nothing much the keeper could have done about it. Fortuitous. It's getting close now. It is getting really close.
I'd say it's India's game to lose now. 11 off 4.
I still think Ireland's ahead. Ireland's ahead. But then yes, India's got a lot closer with the first few deliveries of the over.
The round arm, very good. The low arm action, you can't give away 2 here. Tim Tector does very well in the deep. So what now? Do Ireland try and cut off a single? Or do they protect the boundaries? What would you do? Captain's hat on, deep.
Single you definitely don't mind if you're Irish, right? More than happy with single, and especially if Harshit gets off strike. I'm not saying Arshdeep can't hit a 6, but at this point in time, if you're backing somebody to hit a 6, it would be Harshit. And what Harshit has done is taken that single and has got off strike. Again, let me reiterate, I'm not saying Arshdeep can't hit a 6, but chances are Harshit, probability-wise, he's got better chances.
Anything to be said for getting someone in tight to save the single, though, on either side of the wicket, keep him on strike, because Rana's so destructive.
I mean, that's the other way to look at it. India need what? 10 off 3. So now if Arshdeep gets a single, need 9 off 2. Oh, that could be close as well. So yeah, Arshdeep, it's interesting. What is he thinking?
Extra covers in tight. Another wide. Another wide. Those margins are so tight.
Yeah, now 8 off 3. So now going back to what you said, yeah, why not get somebody in? Obviously, you've got covers at point to stop the single. Now Arshdeep, if he gets a single, that'll do. Get Harshit on strike for the last couple of deliveries.
Check the feet. It's a fair delivery. Can we have your best side angle, please?
There's an umpire signal for stumping here.
Yeah. Feet are on the ground. Feet are grounded when the wheels are removed. I've made my decision for the big screen.
Well, both feet in the air. It would have been an unusual one. It would have been very befitting of this weekend if that was the way that Ireland was to take the 9th wicket in this innings. But as it is, the wide stands, no wicket. That's what he meant to bowl the last ball. So just the single. Ireland scampering in to save the 2, but it was a jogged single because the man they want on strike is Harshit Rana, and he's right where he needs to be from an Indian perspective.
Yeah, this is, from an Indian perspective, you're completely right. This is what you needed. Harshit on strike. Next 2 deliveries, it has to be him on strike. Obviously, India need 8. That would be either 2 4s, 1 6 and a double.
Lorcan Tucker's just come down to talk to Harry Tector because he said, I know where Harshit Rana is going to try and hit. It's going to be leg side. So he's taken Matthew Humphries out and put him right on the edge of that ring, into the pocket, as it were, if you think about the bigger boundary.
Straight down the ground.
2 गेंदों में 8 रन चाहिए.
A full toss. Well, who's underneath it? Tim Tector. The Tectors combine for the 9th wicket. Tim Tector. He's been brilliant in the field. Harry Tector, it's not the over he would have wanted. It's not the way he would have dreamed it, but he has taken the wicket in a clutch moment. The Tectors have come to the fore.
And also not the delivery he would have wanted. That was a full toss. And Harshit would be kicking himself. Shorter straight boundary. Full toss in his arm. But couldn't time it. Big wicket. Massive wicket. A good catch under pressure. Rana gone 21 off 10. 147 for 9 India.
Ball in front of right, there's 1 ball to come.
Last man in. So slow down the ground. It's 6, but it's a win for Ireland, the greatest weekend in Irish cricket history. Ireland win by 1 run, a hat-trick of victories in 3 days as Lorcan Tucker begins his reign with a stunning maiden series victory over India. Against the odds, the world champions are toppled in Belfast. Unforgettable, incredible, a victory to savour, a weekend to remember.
This is massive. This is historic here. Ireland winning the series. It's a clean sweep, 2-0. And you wouldn't believe this. The Indian fans can't believe it. I'm sure the Irish fans can't believe it either. And like you said, Izzy, the greatest weekend as far as Irish cricket is concerned. Beating India. As far as men's cricket is concerned, you got Irish women's beating West Indies yesterday. But what a massive, massive, momentous moment for Irish cricket. As Ireland win the series by winning the second and last game here in Belfast by a run. This has been a great few days for Irish cricket. You wouldn't have imagined this a few days ago, that India would be whitewashed here in Belfast, the defending champions. And that also breaks India's 16 series winning, or rather unbeaten, streak here. So massive congratulations to Ireland.
And Lorcan Tucker leading his troops. What a start to his captaincy career for Ireland. T20 international captain, Harry Tector. I'd say a few grey hairs have been added after that final over. It had absolutely everything. Full tosses, no balls, catches. But in the end, 1 run. That's what India needed to find. They couldn't.
Yeah, that would be a very disappointed Indian dressing room. But it's all about Ireland. And look at them. They've been excellent right through the series. It was a short series, only a couple of games. But then the Irish cricket, or rather Irish cricketers, have made it count. And look at that. They deserve all of that. Time to celebrate.
Well, they were over the moon on Friday, but what impressed me the most was they didn't go too mad. They didn't get beyond themselves. They thought, we've got one more bit game to go. Time's gone by. You'd have had a big party on Friday night, but no. They knew 2 days later they had another chance. They had a chance for a series victory over the world champions. It's the stuff of dreams for the start of your career. How do you top that? How do you go on for that? And for those 2 debutants as well from Friday, what a start for them as well. Pressure on the players who are out injured. They'll be watching. They need to come back and work hard. But great for Ireland. They'll hopefully have a stable of seamers now. It's just what you need in international cricket.
It's been a complete team effort. Defending twice in a format where it's so difficult to defend totals. They've done it twice against India. Yeah, look at that crowd. That's the family and friends, the Irish cricketers.
Harry Tector and Tim Tector's parents, and Hoey's, all the connections within Irish cricket. So this was the moment. Yes, it went for 6, but he managed to get it. This is the wicket. Because it all was on the shoulders of Harshit Rana. That's what it means. Both players watching, hearts and mouths, one ecstatic, one desolate. Finest margins as Ireland get a famous series victory here in Stormont. And that was the moment, because even though it went for 6, needed.
200 लोग देख रहे हैं बाबू